So it's great to be with you. So I see you're on holiday. How amazing is that?
Well, we're actually in lockdown, and as it would happen, I had at the very last minute had booked something before we were told to go down into lockdown. And so if you were on holidays, you're allowed to stay there and complete your holidays. So we went into lockdown midnight last night. Again for 6 weeks. It's challenging, Harry. It's challenging. But, trying to...
The irony is that your state was the toughest in terms of fines and police stuff.
$1,600.
And the slackest in terms of security guards.
Oh, shocking. It's shocking.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. There's a lot of people that are just really finding this challenging because we're pissed off. But
yeah. And that would help quite a lot, wouldn't it?
So I'm finding the positives out of it. I am so blessed to just have a few days away. And
erase my chair a bit.
This is very much what we're talking about. It's all about manifesting. So I'm manifesting.
Yeah, so I've entitled today's talk, Unlock Your Magic.
Woohoo! I like that.
And
magic. Oh, sure.
One of the, he's actually the conductor of the Boston Philharmonic. Lovely fellow called Benjamin Zander, and he wrote a book called The Art of Possibility.
Oh, I love it. Yep.
And that's what we're talking about today. What's possible or what's out of reach, which you can bring closer to you. So I can maybe tell a story about, we felt trapped in Melbourne, a bit like you were.
Oh, when you were living here?
Yeah. Been there 18 years, we got sick of it. Wanted to move somewhere else, didn't know how.
Yep.
So me and my wife were walking down the Beaumaris beach and we made the intention to be shown where to move. Now, you can't hurry it up. The universe has its own
magic ways, hey?
Rhythm. And so it took 18 months before we were shown.
Wow. And that's right. You choose the what and allow that how to happen. Because the universe works in magical, mysterious ways. Absolutely.
But you've got to choose sensibly.
Absolutely.
I know quite a few people who wished for stuff and they've got it. And it didn't do them any good and it wasn't what they realised. A good example is there was a study in England, they have a thing called the pools where you buy a ticket, a bit like taps.
Yeah, yep.
And you win very large prizes. And they did an analysis of 60 winners and about 54 of them killed themselves within the first year in high-speed car crashes, boat crashes, so on.
Whoa.
And very high rates of marriage failures, just the inability to cope with large amounts of money.
Yeah, that's amazing. On a happier note, I'm a queen manifester. I love manifesting. I manifested my home. Like, I've got the best stories. I've manifested relationships. I've manifested men into my life. But you have to be specific. I have realised it's sometimes being a little bit more specific with what you're choosing is really important. I've manifested cars. It's amazing. I've got lots of funny stories about manifesting. I'm really passionate about manifesting. It's in my journals, and I manifest all the time. And I have a model for this one, which I'm sure you do too. My model, here it is all about pairing the three things: choosing the wonderful things that you're choosing to bring into your life, pairing it with the emotion, feeling it as if you have it here in the now already, like really feeling it, sensing it, seeing that new home that you're choosing to bring into your life or something. Because I want to move down here, for example. So I'm manifesting my beach house. I'm manifesting it like crazy. I'm feeling as though I'm already here. And every day I just tap into that emotion of it, as if I've got it, and how good it makes me feel and how happy I'm at and joyful, and how I'm so in love with the environment, and it's just so beautiful. And then the third element to it is just pairing it with that gratitude, being incredibly grateful for what, as if I've got it already here in the now. I'm grateful for what I already have, and that's another important element, I think, is just not coming from a place of greed, of really wanting more. If we're coming from a place that we're really grateful for what we already have, but what we're choosing to bring in is just going to enhance our lives even more and our level of happiness. So I love that. And in my little bits, I've got The language is super important, the language that you're using, because everything is energy and words are energy. So when we're using positive, uplifting energy words, it's great. But it's when we're coming from that place of lack, of I want and I need and all that sort of stuff, they're limiting, as if you don't have enough already. The best way to manifest is to sit in a calm and peaceful place, because then you can really choose, like in meditation things, a great space to manifest. And the third part I have is really trusting and believing that it is possible, that you are worthy of receiving what it is. So I always have my glass analogy. We put out to the universe what we're choosing to bring in. So manifest and then just release it and allow to receive back in. Fill up that glass. So that's my little bit on manifesting. I love it.
And then, I mean, it's just, I actually was looking up my thesaurus, to try and get other words for the word surrender. And surrender is an important word in Eastern philosophy and spiritual practice. And there isn't really a word in the West that matches so well. But, you make the intention, you put it out there, and then you surrender the outcome. You can't actually want it too much.
Yep.
You can't tell it to hurry up.
No, right? So you need to release it and just allow the magic to happen.
The other thing is, like, I had a really wise teacher in Jakarta, and he was, reflecting that, yes, we're energetic beings and thoughts are powerful, intentions are powerful, but you amplify them if you speak them. That's why you actually don't want to vocalize a bad thought.
Yeah, right.
Because it amplifies it. And some of my clients come to me, not always, but more the girls than the boys, with low self-esteem, thinking they're not pretty enough, not clever enough, not this, not that. And so I get them to do a mirror practice where I get them to say what I believe to be true, which is, I can think of one particular girl, I am beautiful, and she is beautiful, and I am clever, and she is clever, and I am creative, and then I love myself. Because unless you're coherent in yourself with all of those things, you won't make an appropriate intention. And the intention needs to be congruent with your character and your nature. You need to be able to love yourself. Yes, you have to be courageous when you say it, because it's outside where you are now. But it has to be authentic too. So if you put out the intention that you want to be a billionaire, and then it happens and you can't handle the money flow, it will be like a curse.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
absolute curse. And one of the ways in which we've all heard about, this law of attraction. As a therapist, as a single person, we can put out a definition of who we want to attract. Yep. And the paradox of being a therapist is that, yes, we graduate from whatever we've learned. We have this awesome set of skills. We've had lots of subjects, so we can actually deal with anybody. Yep. But in order to attract the clients that we love and we're going to be able to serve best, we actually have to narrow right down to that pinhead, and then they come. Yep. And the others go somewhere else. Yep. So that's really interesting too.
Niching down, hey? Yeah. It's interesting that you say that. It is, I've noticed that a lot with my PT clients about, people putting themselves down, focusing on the negatives, not focusing on the positives. And you can see it yourself, you can see how beautiful they are on the inside and, physically, look at all these beautiful things that are going on. But, people are just drawn to the negative, just like, but I've got this with my thighs and I've got this and I've got that. It's like, yeah, but so, like, the essence of the person, right, is beautiful for starters.
Well, it's comfortable, and you get wedded to disease and illness and pain, and it becomes a prop for your life. But you and I don't have to listen to that crap. We can say, look, that's fine, but I don't want to hear about it, actually.
Leave that at the door, baby.
Yeah, leave it at the door. Exactly. So I've got some awesome books. One of the things that you can do with intention, with manifesting, is to aspire to a therapeutic outcome. And you can actually write therapeutic stories, and this is a book of them.
Wow, awesome
And
book, Harry.
Very powerful.
Yeah. You're the best book.
The other way that I just thought I'd try and twist it a bit, so that people can have different views about how you could use manifesting. Another way to manifest is to dig deep and find, well, what's the positive in something, in a situation that's really difficult. And
Wow.
somebody's written a book about the gift of dyslexia. It's a great book. But if you think, come in complaining about dyslexia, I'll pull this out. So you can manifest the positive in your current situation as well as wanting something new.
I love that, Harry. Manifest the positive in the situation.
And words, as you know, are super powerful, and I've touched on that, but there's a wonderful book by Kevin Hall called Aspire.
Right.
And he talks about the power of words.
Yeah.
And there is no point, I think, in having an intention without vocalizing it.
Yep. You have to bring it up and out.
Yeah.
You have to get it out. You have to get it out, whether it be on paper, through the voice. Bringing it up and out is key. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And, in front of a mirror, why not?
Absolutely. And, I know I have to go through it myself, and it can be very confronting, looking in the mirror and literally giving yourself a big kiss and I love you. It's hard. It's challenging. We're not wired that way.
Well, is it hard for you? Because I shouldn't be. Good.
It's just like, because I'm comfortable in my own skin. But
yeah.
It's a long journey.
Right.
It didn't happen overnight, baby.
Well, I just wonder what it is about the way we treat our kids that allows that to happen, because it shouldn't happen.
Mm.
It's not a natural consequence of a beautiful childhood, is it?
Yep.
It's not.
No, it's not.
No. Just going to adjust my lighting here.
With your new
I just got this good little vlogging light and I've been adjusting my lighting. So I love these little tech gadgets.
Oh, I just love that you're a gadget guy. You really are. You're
just a little.
So what have you manifested in your life, Harry? What are some of the things?
Well, I'll just share a dilemma I've got at the moment. Like, I've made a decision to leave the clinic where I've been working for 17 years.
Oh.
I was 70 last week.
Happy birthday.
Woohoo! With my mind, I'd like to find somebody to take over this practice.
Yep.
And I've put out some feelers. Nothing hasn't led to anything. So I've just put out the intention that I be shown what to do.
Yep.
And sorry. And so that's really trying to be authentic and true. I don't want to be too specific about what I want because I don't know what I want.
Yep.
And so the process I'm going through at the moment is that I don't actually know what to make an intention about.
Yep.
Because it's not clear to me what I should make an intention about, other than I know my life's going to change at the end of the year. I know I love my practice and what I do.
Yep.
I know, and I want to continue that in some form. And I've told some of my good clients that I'll be here for them forever. But it will be different, and that's a little bit scary. And look, whether I can transfer what I have in here to somebody in this place or somewhere else, I don't know. So that's kind of a current, intention, kind of half there in my world. Yeah.
Well, I'm in the middle of making one myself. I've got my purpose, but it's just which path I'm going down. And so I've been manifesting today, actually putting that out there, did some meditation and just, releasing it out. So I brought it all in. I just chose what I was choosing, what I want to do with my purpose, but the path, I'm allowing that to be shown to me. So I've emptied out my glass, surrendered it out, baby.
Yes, yeah.
Let the doves fly.
Exactly. So I've got a bit of Obviously, model, define clearly what you want. And it is about what you want, usually. Sometimes it's what you need, but often it's what you want, whatever it is. Then you've got to declare your intention.
Yep.
And that'll give you clarity. Then you've got to dismiss any impatience or lack of trust. You have to dismiss that. That'll give you commitment towards what you ultimately want, which is change, positive change.
Yep.
But, you've got to do it with self-love, with courage, authenticity. You've got to do it with those three things. Otherwise, and it's really interesting. This is a difficult topic for many people. There's a woman called Gabby Bernstein, who I stumbled across. She did a poll on Instagram and found that 96% of her followers were confused about how to manifest.
Right.
So there's a whole lot of stuff out there about how to do it. I think actually most of them, this whole field is really embedded in Eastern spiritual practice. It's not something the West does naturally. So there are lots of people running about making money out of this with their techniques and their funnels and so on.
Mm.
But, it is something that's a bit scary for some people, that the world is energetic. Really.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Your point about self-love, courage and authenticity is so important. Your authenticity too, really big time.
So define, declare, dismiss. That's my model.
Yeah, I love it. And I had my 3 steps, which was very much in line with my model. Choose the wonderful things that you're choosing to bring into your life, really, and then pair it with the emotion of how it makes you feel. And then the third part is just feel the gratitude, how grateful you feel for receiving it. And, that will put you in very good stead. But I think underpinning all of that is really important with your self-love, having the courage and being authentic. Being authentic is key.
Yeah.
Not coming from a place of lack of needing, wanting. It's just like, I'm really happy with what I've got, but this is what I'm choosing moving forward.
Yes, yeah. Well, that's good. I think we've come to a natural end today. I think it's an awesome topic. Yeah. Thank you, Sally. That was good.
Really, really love. I think we should do authenticity next week. I love that.
Yeah. You still be down the beach?
No, I'll be back. I'm back on Sunday.
I didn't think they'd let you back.
No, you can come back. So if you're on holiday before lockdown, you're allowed to continue. And then because school holidays finish here this week, however, they've extended them another week for primary schools. I think
right.
Each school's different, but government schools are off for another week. So interesting times.
Yeah.
Back in lockdown. What's the time to meditate? That's about it. But I'm out in nature, so I'm so blessed. The birds are just divine.
Yeah.
The sky is crystal clear. I'm down by the beach. It was just I was just like in heaven. I thought, thank you.
Yeah. Like a second Noosa.
Kind of, without the weather. Yeah, it's a bit chilly here, but I am in a t-shirt, which is unusual for middle of winter in Melbourne. So there you go.
Yeah. But, indeed, I'm impressed. Yeah.
All right, happy birthday.
Good on you, Sally.
Now new decade of yours. How excitement.
Yeah, indeed.
Onwards and upwards.
Looking forward to it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, beautiful. I'll see you
Catch you next week. Yeah.